Hello, sisters, and welcome to the Sisterhood and Faith podcast. This is Jenni O'Brien, your host, and I'm just so happy that you're here today. Today's episode is going to could be quite interesting because we're going to be interviewing my three sisters. My oldest sister, Tami Butcher, my middle sister, Michele Woods, and then my baby sister, Tiffany Allison. So bear with us. Who knows how this is going to go? When we all get together, there's usually some chaos. So hang tight, and I'm so excited that you're here, and I hope you enjoy the episode.
Oh, you guys don't see the countdown?
No.
Yes, I saw it.
Yes.
Oh, maybe I saw it.
Yes. You all.
5, 4, 3,
3,
2,
2.
1.
Yes.
I'll do it with my fingers.
Wait, I wonder if I could put you all on mute. I don't know if that's even possible.
Yeah, it definitely should be.
Yeah,
What is the point of a podcast if we're going to be on mute?
Well, when I don't want you guys to talk
Okay,
anymore.
do the countdown. Let's go.
Can I screen record this?
Is there going to be any more employees walking in or time clocks out or,
Want me to lock the door?
No.
You cannot guarantee anything at this restaurant, Jenni. You know that.
No.
Oh my gosh.
There are keys over here.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm going in the car.
To get 4 sisters.
Wait, if you're going...
The car. Uh-oh, we lost
Uh-oh.
Tami.
No, I'm going to get off the Wi-Fi.
God.
She's at 67%.
Are you?
64%.
Oh my God. Okay, we haven't even started the podcast. This is our first episode with the 4 sisters, and it has been a disaster. Yes, it has been a disaster, but that's okay. We're just going to go right into it with questions. We hope you guys enjoy this podcast today, and we will definitely get better with time, but bear with us. And then also the recording of my face isn't working, so you'll probably just see most of the time the 3 girls, but it'll all work out in the end. So enjoy. Okay, girls. First question is, where do you guys think you get your motivation, positive attitude, ambition in life? Where do you guys think that comes from?
I think it roots from mom. I mean, I think being raised by a really strong woman who was given nothing, grew up on a farm and accomplished everything she did. I mean, we watched her fight her way, and she wasn't handed anything, she wasn't privileged. She made it. She was a legislator. She was a business owner. She's amazing. And I think she always was very infectiously kind to people and welcoming. And certainly Tami epitomizes that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we probably strive every day to be role models. But back to your original question about how we became who we were, I think, we have a very unique family dynamic. We have 2 sets of moms, 2 sets of dads that are, like you talk about, Democrat, Republican, both sides of the fence. Like one came from one thought of life, the other came from the other. And I think us 4 navigated right to the middle of the best of both of our parents. And, mom, she was the beast of mom bosses. Like before it was really cool to be a entrepreneur and before it was really cool to be a working woman, she was doing all those things. State legislature. She was, part of every philanthropy and did all those things. Where our other mother that our dad was married to was a stay-at-home mom who taught us how to cook and write the thank you cards and do those sort of things. So I think us 4 took all of those things from our moms, and we got so much from our dads too. But I feel like it wasn't a single parent that raised us. It was 4 people who had so much diversity, and we each took a little bit of that from them. And at least that's how I feel about it. I don't know how my sisters feel about it, but that's how I feel about it. I feel like I see myself a little bit of each of those 4 people that raised me.
And I feel like I was raised by you 3. I never saw my parents. I mean,
well, with that said, what Tiffany says, because I'm 8 years older than her, Jenni 9, Tami 10, 11. So we did. I mean, and mom was in the state legislature and the school board prior to that when Tiffany was little. So we all had to step up. But I think it doesn't matter, we're so grateful to have each other as sisters. And we grew up together and we were not perfect, man. I tell you, I remember doing things, thank goodness there wasn't social media before, but who was there to tell me to stop it, to quit it? Your reputation's on the line, this or that. It was your sister or it was your best friend. So if you don't have sisters, women and girls and friends are so important because they're the ones that are going to have your back and look after you. Um, and I was the wild third child until Tiffany came along, and oh my God, she exceeded me beyond recognition. We all had to reel her in. And Tammy was a little wild, but Jenny and I learned from Tammy. And then, God forbid, we fought like crazy, all four of us at home. But if somebody tried to pick a fight with us at school or anywhere or talk down to us, who was your first person there, your biggest cheerleader? It was your sister. And that's how sisterhood and friends and the people that you surround yourself in your life, it's really important to make sure they have your back and your best interest. And I think that that's really something that we've benefited from the four of us together.
Uh-huh. Obviously, it was for me to get born.
Clearly. But Michelle, I want to just harp on what Michelle said because I think she was so spot on a couple of things that she said. First of all, she's absolutely right. We fought like you can't imagine some of the girl fights that we had. Like we're talking hair sucked, knives and
My
chains
hair.
and hair sucked up in vacuum cleaners and all the things. But yet you come around at the end of the day and somebody says something about Michelle, Tiffany, or Jenny, I have their back and they have mine. It's
Uh-huh.
always been that way. And no matter with your sisters or with your friends, the longest friends you're going to have are the ones that remain loyal to who you are and to no matter what circumstance you go through. And we all have been through a lot of shizzy, all of us, all four of us. And we can count on our hands the people who stood by us during those times and our sisters. Like our sisters were the ones, the core that gets us through. And we disagree on a lot of things. But at the end of the day, we are sisters. And whether you have sisters or best friends, those are the type of people that you want to surround yourself with because friends can come and go and there'll be reasons and seasons for friends. But at the end of the day, it's the ones that are most loyal to you that, in my opinion, they're going to be the best ones.
Well, and I think some of our longest term friends, like just Heritage Heights, where we all grew up, like Tammy, I think, some of your Jenny, Michelle, some of our best friends or grew up in our neighborhood,
Yeah,
the Olsons and the Berries, I mean, all those people. So I think your
for sure.
community is huge too.
Yeah,
Well, first of all, just being a sister, I mean, I know people that have I know girls that have sisters that they don't even talk.
yeah,
I mean, a sister can be anything. I consider Mari, who I've worked with for 25 years, I consider her like a sister. I consider Jamie Bedeau like a sister. You know what I mean? They have their own families, but I mean, at the end of the day, the sister doesn't have to be blood, right? I mean, you can develop friendships over time that I would burn on fire for Jamie or Mari,
yeah.
Probably not as much as
So, Tami, here's a question for you that I'm sure that many people ask, and I always wonder. How do you do it all? How do you keep so busy and do so much and never get burnt out? How do you do that?
I also am very social on social media, meaning I post a lot of things. So then people think I'm exponentially busier than I am because they're seeing my life
uh
and I'm posting it. Now, I know Michelle gets up at 5 or 6 a.m. and climbs Squaw Peak and goes hiking or takes her dog on a walk or, whatever, which are those the things that I don't take time to do. But yet she also has a full-time job and she does that. And Tiffany gets up at 4 a.m. and goes boxing and has two young kids, which I don't have. I'm an empty nester, so I think innately within all of us, we have that internal, um, we're not balanced, meaning we're not balanced because what drives us is to be busy. That's what,
I think
and
we're all busybodies.
yep. And legitimately, I don't get tired of being busy. Like it just,
Mm-mm.
if I,
I can't sit. Well, look at how we were raised.
yeah,
You know, we
go.
were raised by the ultimate go-getter. Like, we can all say what we want about mom. She was the ultimate busybody. She had her hands in everything. You
Well,
know,
and
she was
all
going to get a
four of our,
facelift. She
yes.
started, yeah, working for a plastic surgeon, you know?
Mhm. All four of our parents are super busybodies. They always have been, you know, mom and Ken with their work and dad and Nancy with their travel. And, you know, like they're all in, yeah, their lifestyle. They're all, they don't sit at home. Our parents do not sit at home. Mom, now later in life, she, because of her health and stuff, has to. But I mean, look at Ken. He had a liver transplant. He's now riding his bike 30 miles a day, plus doing the books at Enchiladas, plus running both restaurants. Like, he would have
At
had
age
the
what,
biggest
78?
excuse. Yeah,
70?
he has the biggest excuse to stay home and do nothing. But, you know, I don't know. I think it's how we have seen those who mentored us, how we've seen them just operate. And so genetic, yeah, I think it is a little genetic. I think, but
It's
I
Well,
don't know.
that
also,
goes back to, is it your environment or, you know,
Like Michelle, what do you think about that? Because you really, I think, do
do
the
more than
most.
anybody
Yeah,
here?
meaning athletically, outside, travel, work.
Workaholic.
Yeah, workaholic sort of. You know, I
yeah,
truly believe you are busier than all of us. It just seems I'm busier because I post it.
And we all post it, except Michelle's the only one that doesn't post.
Yeah.
She
I
doesn't
think
have
that's,
time.
no, I think it's my children. They get on me if I post stuff. So I just stopped doing it. But no, I think, genetics is always great. When you have genetics and you're healthy enough to be able to be active, that's a bonus. Um, but then there's the flip side. I know people that were not able, they either overweight or they had to need a replacement. Once they got that better or they started a lifestyle that um was gave them more energy, because I don't know about you, but exercise gives me energy and an exciting job gives me energy. Um, I get it from the customers when I hear about
Yeah.
them or hear a story. And I think whatever we do in life, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're passionate about something, it's going to give you energy. So if you're stuck in a rut in a career or a relationship, and that you're not gaining energy from that, you need to make a change. I've noticed in my life, and it's kind of funny, is every once in a while, and you're right, it doesn't happen often, I'll be like, I'm tired or I'm worn out or I need to change a direction. um and I'll do that for a few days, but it's not who I am inside, and I'll I'll revert right back to what I'm passionate about, and it will give me energy. And of course, there's always health in there. You have to try to maintain a good diet and exercise and surround yourself by people that motivate you. Um, but that's really, for me, that's just being passionate about what I'm doing gives me energy. So whatever that is, and surrounding yourself by people that give you that energy. Um, Life's way too short to
And
sit
we're all
around.
happy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
all four of us are very happy, like contagiously happy people. I've always been happy. I don't know. My life does not suck.
Yeah, I think that innately, um, for some reason, we are just happy. Like, um, joyful people who see the half glass full.
Always.
And part of that, I think part of that is just luck with all four of us, that we all four look at life like that, because I know a lot of depressed people and anxious people and a lot of people in our family who are not half,
Suffer.
yes, suffer or not half glass full people. And I just think that we got the lucky stick of us four being happy. Um, but also, I mean, because there's been a lot of things, and we'll talk about it probably in another podcast that could have brought us down to the ground. And we've been through a lot of stuff that could have broken us. And we have, part of that is I think we have been able to find some joy from either our work or our other things that brought us back out of that. I don't know. I sometimes I feel like we're lucky that we just have that happy stick. You know, we just do.
We're all four forgivers too.
Yeah.
All
Mhm.
four of us
We
have
don't
had
judge.
people that have crossed us, or things that went down that didn't go our way, and we bounce back. And if it was somebody that did something bad to us, mom always told us, you get more bees with honey or kill them with kindness.
Mm-hmm.
And I find in the restaurant business, so much I get an upset customer on a phone or an upset customer at the host stand. And if you're overly nice to them, Tiffany shared a great example earlier at the cashier at the grocery store, but if you're overly nice to them, and I always have this mindset is, you know what? They're having a way worse day than me.
Mhm.
Or maybe I could say or do something that's going to turn them around. And it's kind of a challenge in my head when you find anger in people. So that's something that I like to do, with people. And we're very lucky that we don't have that. We walk around with that grudge. So I don't know how maybe just seeing so many angry people in your life, and then you see so many happy people, or you take that challenge of turning them around. Um,
So, girls, what about all those inspirational books that mom would read to us and make us read and buy us when we were little? You know, Anthony Robbins, all the different motivational books.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
still
And
have the speaker source book, that speaker source
speakers,
book
I
that goes
love
with
the
Michelle,
speaker source book.
There's
that's
one story in that book that I swear changed my life. It was a quick story about a little boy in grade school who, it was Valentine's Day, and all the
Not a
little
one,
kids,
not a one, not a single one.
and it was back in the day where, you just voluntarily gave Valentine cards.
yes.
Today they make every kid do it, and here's the list of the names. Well, back then he asked his mom, and he made Valentines for every student in his class. And he knew the mother, it broke her heart because she knew that it would not be reciprocated, that he wasn't popular, he wasn't the well-liked kid. So she knew that he wasn't going to get any, or maybe one. She watches him come home from school that day, and he's, all excited, and it gives me tears because
I know.
she's like, "How was your day?" And he said, "Great, mommy, great, mommy." And he said, "Not a one, not a one." And she
Not a
meant
single one.
she thought that he didn't get one Valentine card. He said, "Not a one. I didn't forget one person's name in the whole class, and everyone got a Valentine from me." But she didn't even know if he got him from him for him. But it was just such
Yes.
a great story of giving makes you happy. And mom always had that mentality. And those short stories in that speaker's source book are something that I refer back to all the time.
Me too. That's so weird. And we've never even talked about this, but
No, we
that
haven't.
that not a one, not a one, not a single one. That story totally molded my life.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
completely.
There was an O.J. Simpson one in there too that was crazy before all that went down. But he was a little kid and went up to Jim Brown, who was the best receiver in the NFL, and he wanted his autograph, and he wasn't nice to him, but he signed it. And then O.J. Simpson told him he'd break every record. He'd break every record. "I'm going to beat you." And he ended up doing it. But those little stories are so valuable, and they're so real, because back then it was like, details of the stories. So get that book, everybody, if you don't have it. Speaker
Yeah.
source book.
Yes. Gosh, that just like blast from the past right there. You bringing that up, Jenny? Like, I probably think about it once a week. Those stories and
Me
all that.
too.
Like Michelle,
And
that
I
when you
didn't even think about it.
yes, and I haven't thought about it, and you said that story, Michelle, and it came right back to
Right
me,
back.
like right there, and even the OJ one, and like, oh my gosh, yeah, that
Remember the story where the guy asked if he could bring his dog to a hotel, and the hotel owner was like, "In all the years I've owned a hotel, I've never had a dog steal anything, get drunk in the night." act inappropriate. So yes, your dog can come, and if he vouches for you, he can bring you too.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
That was maybe chicken soup for the soul, but that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna order those books for my kids right now.
Okay, girls, we could talk forever and we will on more podcasts, but we definitely have to go today. There's been a lot of technical difficulties and we'll work through that. But thank you for being here. Thank you for all the love that you give to me and all the sisters out there. So I'll see you guys soon. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thanks, Jenny. Love you
I
guys.
love you. Tami, are you in the parking lot?
I just drove out so I could get better Wi-Fi. Jeez.
Come
She's
back
on the
in.
51.
No, I'm not gone. I got all my shiz there.
Oh, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna let you in the back office then.
Yeah, perfect. Well,
We're done.
I'm just gonna leave my phone up and in the office. Well, I'm gonna step out of here.